I challenged myself to produce the worst piece of music I possibly could within half an hour. Why? Well, as you'll see, undertaking this challenge allowed me to understand the dark inner workings of writer's block and unveil to you the 3-part cure to preventing writer's block forever and become an unstoppable music making machine, never getting stuck again, as well as hear this piece of auditory filth I composed. As I started composing this scat sonata, I felt an unusual sense of freedom, like music was just flowing out of me. I didn't have high hopes for the project because I knew it would sound shit. So naturally, I wasn't stressing about anything, which made me realise why creative blocks begin to construct themselves. Allow me to elaborate. David Goggins, professional bald man, discusses in this book the idea of your mind having the ultimate tactical advantage over you. It knows what scars you, it knows your fears and insecurities, but it uses this information to protect you. The mind has good intentions, but it's a flawed system. The example here being that when you produce something that doesn't meet your expectations, you feel disappointment, so your mind puts this blanket rule over music production, and your mind manipulates you into thinking you shouldn't put your energy into that thing again. This stunts not only your progress on music, but also your growth as a producer. There have been so many occasions where I've hit a creative block, not because I was out of ideas, but because my track wasn't turning out as good as I hoped. Oh, this is great music. For an elevator? Come on, pal. You've wasted too much time on this. You need to get your priorities straight. People would rather have a concrete enema than listen to this. You dumb bitch. Let's just go get drunk in the bath or something. But what can we do about it? Don't set so many expectations and don't put so much pressure on yourself. For some, this is easier said than done, but there's this theory I heard that should help shift your mindset. So, some very great creatives believe that ideas are like entities that exist on a different plane, and we just decipher them through different mediums such as painting or writing. Does it sound kind of crazy? Maybe, yeah, maybe a bit. Do I fully believe that theory? Not entirely. However, I do know that thinking of yourself as this receiver for musical ideas, where your job is to simply try and decode them and program them into your DAW, helps you relax into your creative side. If a good idea is destined to be born, it will show itself to you. If you feel like the idea source has totally dried up, try making some shitty music on purpose. Something will definitely show itself to you and prove this feeling wrong. So the theme of the track I'm going for is what are the most awful sounds you could be woken up by. First thing is obvious, a screaming baby, right? The second is an air raid siren. Who wants to be woken up by an air raid siren? So I chopped up the screaming baby. I chopped up the recording of the screaming baby, chill out. Then I sidechained the siren slightly. So this is what I've got. I think mad that this baby was screaming its head off and some guy was just like, oh, leave him, love, leave him. I'm going to record it and license it. Maybe you're wondering what the significance of the time limit is. I didn't just set this up for shits and giggles, it has a purpose. Every time I found myself beginning to daydream and lose focus, the clock brought my attention right back to this excrement ensemble. Writer's block is procrastination in sexier packaging. It's not a curse from the producer gods. If you're anything like me, you'll have had loads of experiences where you've had weeks to complete some form of assignment, but 80% of the work got done in like the last 2 days. Back in uni, I turned in most of my assignments 10 minutes before a deadline, and I would still pass. It felt like a superpower. This superpower is called Parkinson's Law. This states that we expand the work to fill the time available for its completion, regardless of the actual complexity of the task. Not only do fast approaching deadlines allow you to enter a flow state more easily because of the sense of urgency, but it also guides your decision making around what tasks to prioritize. It makes you ignore the trivial things like, oh, what tone color will I like my snare to have? Setting self-imposed deadlines are a powerful tool at smashing through creative blocks, but you have to be careful with how you define them and how often you use them. If the deadline is always finish a track in 1 hour, you're just going to stress yourself out. It's not sustainable. Smarter deadlines to set for yourself are things like give yourself 15 minutes to work on the lead melody. If you're not making any substantial progress after that time, move on to another element and you can come back to it later. Or give yourself 10 minutes to do a rough draft arrangement of your project so you can get out of 8-bar loop hell. In boxing, they say you need to stick and move. land a shot or two, and then move to a different position or angle. You never saw Conor McGregor standing still in the octagon, throwing a left hook over and over, hoping that it will land on his opponent. The same principle applies here. Stop trying to land the same shot from the same position during the production process. You need to keep your creative mind moving and show it new angles when your progress starts stagnating. So I've added some of the ugliest percussion I could find. Another thing you don't want to be woken up by is the realization that you didn't put your phone on Do Not Disturb. I added this lovely organ sound too. It sounds absolutely disgusting. It felt really good to know that once I finished producing this fecal matter medley, I was going to carry on working on a more serious project right afterwards, and I was full of creative energy. I find it quite ironic that writer's block feels like a result of idea scarcity, but when your fingers are in all these musical pies, you feel like your creative resources can never run dry. Oh, that rhymed. There's a story I heard a while ago that stuck with me. A chicken and a pig decide to join forces and open up a business together. So they're brainstorming ideas, and the chicken is like, here's one for you. Why don't we open up a cafe selling bacon and egg sandwiches? I produce the eggs, you produce the bacon, easy money. At first the pig thinks that's a brilliant idea, but then he goes, hang on a second there, pal. It's not quite fair though, is it? You can just squat down and pop an egg out your ass when you feel like it, whereas I have to fully commit to this. Who would you rather be in this scenario? The chicken or the pig? There's no virtue in being the pig in this scenario. He gets the same results as the chicken with an immensely higher amount of effort, and he's unalived himself, all in the name of profit. Don't be a pig when it comes to music production. You don't need to dedicate your soul to the same project until completion. Be a chicken. Pop a squat when you feel like it, and create many ideas with little pressure on them. And most importantly, recognise that there's many future eggs that you can lay. Don't feel lazy or like a quitter because you're no longer feeling inspired by a project and feel like it's perhaps best to move on. A big part of the reason why writer's block occurs is because your ego keeps you stuck in the same spot. It makes you think things like, oh no, come on, I can finish this, I'm not a noob. Drop the bullshit. You need to come from a place of creative abundance and not get overly attached to one idea. Open up an old project, start a new one, try producing in a different location. Do something to stimulate new ideas and interrupt the pattern of hitting a writer's block and staring at it. Even if that's going for a 10-minute walk. Ideas will flow if you're proactive about finding inspiration and you're confident in your ability to do so. Some eggs will hatch, some eggs will spoil. That's the nature of the game, and what I'm about to show you now is the result of an egg that hatched. It just so happens to be a highly inbred GMO chicken on steroids.
Wake up.
Wake up.
Wake up!
Congratulations, you're now equipped with the cure for a writer's block. But you're still in need of a system to help you level up your skills as a producer in the most efficient way possible. So check this video out next to solve that problem. Well, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!